Good morning, good afternoon, boys and girls. We have reached Unit 8. We're on Unit 8. You should have your new consumable, Wind and Water Change Earth. Or you can access this consumable online if you go to Clever and then if you go to Benchmark. So you have the physical one in the most recent folder that I gave you, and then you also have the one online. So let's get started with our closed reading component today in our workbook. And in your workbook, you also have this online, which is on Google Classroom, and you can fill it out just like I'm filling it out now. And I've switched it so that you can turn it in by day. So we're Unit 8, Week 1, Day 1. And we are going to read Tornado, and we're going to annotate the key details, then tell what the main idea is for each section. You are going to go ahead and access Wind and Water Change Earth in your text, meaning your consumable, or on your device. That can be your computer, your tablet, whatever you may have. Okay, so our central question is, how do we react to changes in nature? And this goes along with our science as well, so it fits absolutely perfect. So during the next 3 weeks, we're going to be reading informational text, stories, a poem, and a news article that describe how wind and water erosion and other forces of nature change Earth and affect our lives. At this time, you're going to pause the video and you're going to access the Unit 8 video on your device. And just think about the different types of vocabulary words they're using: erosion, landscape, landforms. Think about those and just jot down what you think they mean, because we will be looking at these throughout. You can jot it down on a piece of paper, or you can write it here on the sides or at the bottom of the story Volcano. That's the first one we are going to read. You should have listened to the short read, the shared reading. If not, we're going to read it really quickly. And the title of that is Volcano. Volcano. It is on page 4 in your consumable, or page 4 in the digital version, which is located on Clever, and then you click Benchmark. So the title and the photos are clues that this text is about volcanoes. In the picture, I see a light that looks like fire in and above the volcano. I think I'll be reading what that yellow light is and what it causes. Remember, before I read, good readers ask questions before they read, during the reading, and after. So I'm just out loud asking myself questions, looking at the pictures for clues about what the text is going to be about. Under Earth's crust is a layer of large rocky plates called the mantle. These plates shift and move around. Sometimes plates push against each other with so much force that one plate slides on top of the other. This causes the mantle to melt and push up, melting even more rock. The heat and pressure build until a vent or crack opens in the crust. This causes an eruption. An erupting volcano spews hot gases, rocks, and ash. Molten rock or lava flows down the volcano, changing the landscape forever. I've read that. I want you to go ahead and try to read it yourself. So now's the time. Pause the video and read that out loud yourself. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. Okay, right away I see the title Volcano. I know a little bit about volcanoes, but I don't understand what's happening in this picture. I think the picture must be a volcano, but I am unsure about the glowing yellow at the foot of the volcano. Remember, before I read, I need to ask myself those questions. So during reading, now that I've read it, I can ask myself different questions. So as I read, I'm going to answer my questions. So for example, in paragraph 1, I could say, what's going on in the photo? And then once I start reading, the text explains to me what is going on in the photo. Okay, so now's the time. You are going to annotate. We're going to annotate as we read. So we're going to read it one more time. You can go back and press play, and the audio, you can press play, or you can read it to yourself. This time you are going to, and let's see if we can get some sticky notes. Let's see. We're going to annotate. I like writing on these better because I feel like you all can see them better. All right, so I'm just going to write 1 for paragraph 1. Under the Earth's crust is a layer of large rocky plates called mantle. So that's important. I'm going to define what a mantle is. And right here it says rocky plates, a layer of large rocky plates. As I write on this sticky, you all can write right here on the sides. Okay, we're going to go to 2 because the first paragraph is really short. Sometimes plates push against each other with so much force that one plate slides on top of another. So plates push each other, slides on top of other plates. This causes the mantle to melt and push up, melting the rock even more. So the mantle melts, pushes rock up. Remember, these are notes, so I'm not going to put them in complete sentences because this is for me to understand when I go back in my reading to see what I actually highlighted to be important. And let's see, the heat and pressure build up and a vent or crack opens in the crust. So pressure builds, eruption. And an erupting volcano spews. What do you think spews mean? I'm going to let you write that. What do you think spews mean? And then the last part of our annotation, you can kind of just write what it spews out. Great job. Give you some time to catch up and write that on the side. Start reading our short read for today. We are going to go ahead and look at our closed reading, our workbook for this unit to see what questions, what graphic organizer we're going to fill out today. So today we're going to read Tornado. We're going to annotate the key details, then tell what the main idea is for each section. So the very first thing we're going to do is read paragraphs 1 to 3, and you can see that right there, and then just paragraph 4, and then paragraphs 5 to 6, and then we will answer the exit slip today. So we're going to put the key details here, so you can annotate here or you can do both. To save some time, we're just going to write our key details here, and then we're going to take our key details and we're going to come up with the main topic of that particular section. So let's go ahead and look at paragraphs 1 to 3, and then we are going to do that together. Before I go ahead and jump in and read, remember, good readers, they ask questions before they read, and when we ask during, that's when we're annotating, and after is like when we answer those questions that we have questions afterwards. So we're going to do all 3 of those things. So I want you guys to look at the photographs, the captions, the diagram, and the map. What does that help readers do? What does that help readers with? Take some time and think about it. All right, all of those things are text features that help the reader better understand what they are reading. So let's go ahead and look at paragraphs 1 to 3, and you all can read this by just pressing play up here, or you can listen to me read it. Tornado. It's the fastest, most unpredictable wind on the planet. It spins around, forming a funnel shape, and destroys everything in its path. It tears apart buildings, uproots trees, and tosses cars as if they were toys. Although a tornado may not last very long, its damage can take years to repair. Tornadoes can damage or destroy homes, cars, and land. Tornadoes usually come from thunderclouds. Warm air on the ground rises to meet cooler air moving down toward Earth. When the air masses meet, a large thundercloud forms. As a warm, cool air swirls the thundercloud, it forms a funnel. If the funnel is strong, it drops from the cloud and becomes a tornado. This diagram shows how a tornado is formed. The area where tornadoes occur the most often is tongue-tied. The area where tornadoes occur most often is known as Tornado Alley. All right, that was jammed-packed with information. And so what I did here is I took all of the evidence, all of what I would have annotated on the side, and I put here. And like I said, you can do both. You can write it on the side of the paper or the book, or you can just write it here. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, that indicates that this is paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Paragraph 1. The most important things that I pulled from there is tornado is a wind that is fast, spins, it creates funnels, it destroys things. In paragraph 2, tornadoes come from thunderclouds, and that's when warm air rises, cool air comes down, and that makes a thundercloud. And when the warm and cool air meet, they make a funnel or a swirl. So I think I did a pretty good job of getting the key details out, and I know you all pretty much pick the same ones. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at all my key details, and from this I'm going to make one sentence about this section. All of those very important facts, I came up with a main topic, and it goes a little something like this. A tornado is one of the most powerful, unpredictable. What does that word mean? Think about it. Unpredictable. Well, if I predict something, I'm telling you what's about to happen. When I put the UN in front of it, that means you don't know what's gonna happen or what it's gonna do. So it has unpredictable winds. A tornado is one of the most powerful, unpredictable winds on the planet, and my comma can be deadly. Great job. All right, now let's go ahead and go to paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 is on page 8, and it starts off with, tornadoes can do serious damage to Earth and our environment. Some tornadoes are powerful enough to level forests and foothills. That means many animals end up losing their habitats. Fish are forced to go deeper in lakes and streams. After a tornado, the dirt and debris that remain in the air cause pollution. As I look at this paragraph, it has a lot of information in it, and I can also look at the picture to gather some information from the picture. So in paragraph 4, these were some key details pulled from that section that describes what I think is important. And if you compare your notes, I'm pretty sure we are on the same page. So I put knock down forests and foothills. So these tornadoes can knock down forests and foothills. Animals may lose their homes, and it also may cause pollution. So all of this sounds like tornadoes cause lots of damage or serious damage. So that's what I'm going to put here. Great job. Tornadoes cause serious damage. That is the main idea of all of this. All 3 of these things are damaging the environment in some kind of way. So we can take all 3 of these key details and come up with one main topic of this section, which is tornadoes cause serious damage. All right, so you are going to read paragraphs 5, 6, and 7. You're going to do just like we did here. To better organize your thoughts, if you're just going to type on here, I would section your thoughts off by paragraph. So I'll put 5, 6, 7, and then I'll put the key details from 5, 6, and 7. Remember, you have a small space because you're not going to write You're not going to rewrite the whole entire paragraph. It's kind of like in class when I told you guys, if you're going to use a highlighter, you can't highlight the whole paragraph. You can only highlight what is important. So you need to read paragraph 5 and write what's important, 6, write what's important, and 7. And then you're going to, over here, you are going to write the main topic of this section. So when you look at all of these details, what do they all have in common? You have to think about that. And remember, I said that if in class, a lot of times the topic of the paragraph is the very first sentence. So you need to think. We're going to use our brains today, as you do every single day. And we are going to look at those details, and we are going to come up with a main topic from that. After you finish that, you're going to come down here and you are going to use the circle to answer your exit slip for today. And the question is, which sentence tells what this passage is mostly about? So it's asking what this entire passage is about. You all did a wonderful job today. We went over just a little bit for whole group. I do apologize. I hope this helped. And you all have a great, wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow.